Michael Jordan was the NBA's defining superstar for more than a decade, but when he retired in 2003, there was no one who could come close to his dominance and popularity. At the time, Tim Duncan was the reigning MVP, and well, he was Tim Duncan. Kobe Bryant was coming into his own, but he was still second fiddle to Shaq out in LA. If anyone was an avatar of the NBA's post-Jordan culture, it was Allen Iverson. From the straight backs to the tattoos and the low-key mortgage and jewelry, AI was the answer if anyone asked what the NBA looked like.
Has the image of the league changed since Michael left the league?
I think the image of the league changed actually while Michael was in the league. The league got younger. We went from afros to cornrows, more tattoos and the like. So as we got to be a younger league and a league sort of reflective of a younger culture, the image of the league changed.
Clearly, Stern wasn't feeling the image at that point, and it didn't turn for the better with the Malice at the Palace.
Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthiaume, Steve Levy along the way. It wasn't a brawl in Detroit Friday night. It was a full-scale riot.
This has potential to be serious if they don't get between. Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table. Artest is in the stands. This is a disgrace.
Well, I've been around 20 years, and I've never seen or been involved in anything quite like this.
I'm just embarrassed for our league, and I'm disappointed in, being part of this.
What was your personal reaction when you saw for the first time what had happened Friday night?
I would say shock and revulsion and fear were my reactions to watching the spectacle that occurred on Friday night at the Palace at Auburn Hills.
But the full context of this infamous brawl is vital. The Pistons were reigning NBA champs, but they only upset the Lakers after edging the top-seeded 61-win Pacers in a physical, defensive knockdown drag-out of an Eastern Conference Finals. When Ron Artest charged into the stands, he did so as the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, a star who had blossomed into an MVP candidate. The teams and players at the center of the NBA's PR crisis weren't no-name role players. They were champions and all-stars. The NBA had a new face, but now it was rocking a black eye. And the first move to heal it was the attire.
It's official. The NBA has a dress code policy beginning this season. Players must dress in business casual attire during any team or league business, so expect to see sport jackets and slacks rather than throwback jerseys and T-shirts.
They're still trying to get away from the image that was created by the Ron Artest-Ben Wallace fight, that this is a league of thugs. They don't want their players looking like rappers. They want them looking like the people that are buying tickets. That's what's behind this. That's why they're implementing it.
It's about young people with plenty of money, and now what they want to do is turn their back. The NBA wants to turn its back on the culture it embraced, bang, and get rid of it.
Why?
Dollars.
I'm the CEO of a business that generates $3 billion in revenue. And we're doing here what our teams want us to do, what our coaches, by and large, have urged us to do. And we're up for it.
Has the league gone too far with this?
A little bit. I am the kind of person that buy a lot of jewelry and diamonds. I'm not buying it to look at myself in the mirror at home, you know what I mean? I'm buying it to wear it, you know what I'm saying? So, you can't tell me how to spend my money, you know what I mean? I don't think that's right.
You can put a suit or a shirt and tie on a bad person, it's still gonna be a bad person. So I just think it's a bad idea.
A couple of emerging superstars, however, had a broader perspective on the changes.
Sometimes, you feel lazy, you don't feel like putting some clothes on, but this is a job, and, we should look, like we're going to work.
We're complaining about clothes. I'm really not going to stay and complain about clothes. If you have a suit on, you get in late, take your suit off, go to bed. I mean, it's really no big deal to me. Start a new trend.
Once I got to the NBA and David Stern put in the dress code, it's like, okay, now we gotta really dress up, and we can't just throw on a sweatsuit. And then it became a competition amongst guys, and you start to really understand the clothes you put on your body, the materials you're starting to wear, so then you become even more of a fan of it.
The NBA's popularity grew with the access that social media brought, and because of that, players' off-court attire became a thing. Pre-game arrivals for marquee players were no longer just a discussion of the on-the-court performances. They became a runway to exhibit the new wave in fashion, brands, and accessories.
Now I think we're at a point where everybody's comfortable. Everybody's like, okay, this is the new thing.
Yeah.
Let's get dressed up and let's come out.
Guys like yourself are now being approached by designers who say, we want to fit you, we want you to come to shows, we think you guys have a great deal of influence.
Yeah, the NBA has always been on the cutting edge of fashion, but today's players have taken it to a whole other level.
You see these dudes, this that they were and to each his own. Dress code is supposed to be implemented now. This is Halloween every night.
We still have an enforceable dress code, and we have guys showing up to games with photographer vests. Guys wear suits with no shirt on.
The league sees it. They become social media phenomenons when Russell Westbrook does that. Everyone's just cool with it, I guess.
Clearly, some of these looks are in direct violation of the dress code, except now the NBA isn't interested in fining players for their clothes. The league has confirmed that the dress code still exists, but Adam Silver and company don't seem very interested in enforcing it. And why would they, when interest in the league has never been higher? The NBA that was once defined by a single denim-abusing superstar has evolved into a soap opera with a deep cast of media-savvy all-stars who treat arena tunnels like their personal runway. All because the dress code that was once supposed to restrict players' self-expression wound up enhancing it.